Hey everybody, Josh here, and I've been getting a lot of emails and questions about portable power stations like this Jackery here. Coincidentally, Jackery recently reached out and asked me to do a review of a kit that they offer, which includes this power station and two 100-watt solar panels. Full disclosure, Jackery did send me this product, but they didn't ask me to say anything in specific. They just asked me to do an honest review, and so that's what I'm gonna do. But since I get so many questions about running a camper van off something like this, and actually Jackery brand in specific, I figured it couldn't hurt to give my input in the event you are considering something like this. So quick rundown of what a power station is. It's kind of like a combination of a battery, an inverter, and I suppose like a 12-volt fuse block. And the reason I say that is because it does offer you some DC plug-in options like USBs, and there is a little car charging port. And then I say inverter because it does provide you with three 110 outlets. And inside of this thing is a 46.4 amp hour lithium battery. And so basically it's just kind of this like all-in-one little package that's surprisingly lightweight, and you could toss it in your van if you're going on a road trip or whatever, or take it out and use it elsewhere. Now, I really don't think that this is targeted or marketed towards all van life individuals. I think this is more branded towards the adventure or weekend camper type of person. And I say that because it's a very mobile kind of kit. The solar panels, as you can see, they come with a handle, they fold up. They're super compact, and everything's easy to take with you. Whereas someone that may be living in their van full time might want to look into more of the traditional style electrical system where you do have your solar panels mounted to the top of your van, running into charge controller, battery, inverter, and so on. Now, I'm not saying that you couldn't implement this into your camper van if you are living in it full time. Think of it more as just an alternative way to provide power. The cool thing is that you are, The cool thing is that you are able to charge this power station three different ways. The first, of course, being the solar panels. You can connect one panel, or like I said, this kit included two. It comes with a little splitter and you can plug both panels into this. Next is it does come with a few different adapters, so you can plug it into your wall at your house and charge it, as well as a DC adapter, so you could plug this into your car and charge it while you're driving down the road. They're all going to charge at different rates, of course, but it is kind of cool that they provide you so many options to recharge this thing. Setting this aside, one cool thing about this solar panel is it does come with a whip to plug in to your power station, but it comes with a USB and a USB-C port on it, so you could plug in a phone and charge it via USB with just the panel, and you could skip the power station. The panels are super well built. They come with a little kickstand so that when you want to set them out, there's two of them in the back here, and they can set up just like that. There are some grommets on this panel, so maybe you could fasten them in some capacity to something if you wanted a little bit more of a permanent style setup, but I really do think they're designed to be mobile with how compact they do fold up and stow away. Now, if you're planning to do a camper van that's going to have LED lighting up top, various outlets throughout, and a few other 12-volt accessories, or even 110, I do think that you could incorporate this into your build where you would get a very similar outcome compared to a traditional style battery bank and inverter setup. The only difference would be your connection. So without getting too into the nitty-gritty details, let's say you had a standard household outlet that you wanted somewhere else in your van, say installed in a wall or the side of a cabinet. If you were to use this in place of the traditional electrical setup, instead of hardwiring that outlet to the inverter, you could simply add a male plug and plug it into the side of the power station, and it's going to give you the same effect. The cool thing is if you wanted to use this somewhere else, say not in your van, you could just come and unplug whatever accessories that you're using and take this thing with you. Now, do I think it's worth it? This kit that I was sent at the time of posting this video is around 1,500 bucks. That may seem steep, but when you start comparing apples to apples, lithium batteries are not super cheap. You are getting 2 fairly durable solar panels. And to me, it starts to seem like a pretty fair asking price. And I think there's value in versatility, that you can use this thing not just in your van. There are a lot of different sizes of these power stations. This one in particular is the 1,000 watt version, which is quite a bit of power. It's going to run a lot of different accessories. Now, some of the drawbacks to this are, like I mentioned, because these panels are not really designed to be mounted to the top of the van and in the sort of set it and forget it type of system, there's going to be a little bit of legwork to continually get this to be charged. I don't know if it's just specifically my unit, but this rubber cap for this port here is fairly flimsy. I don't know how weather resistant this power station is, but I could see potentially having some issues if snow was to get in there or some sort of moisture. Again, I don't know if that's just my unit or not. And other than that, I really don't know if there are too many other downsides. You get a lot crammed into a small package. It's fairly light. I think it's like 20 pounds. When compared to a 1,000 watt little Honda generator, you don't have to deal with exhaust or gas. And it's just green, renewable, clean energy. It even comes with a little flashlight, which is surprisingly bright. So a few other areas that I could see this being useful, kind of outside of van life, would be first for like a film set or something like that. If you were on location, somewhere where you didn't have power. In the past, you'd use a generator that obviously is going to make a lot of noise, so you'd have to work around that. You could use something like this to provide you power for lights and other accessories and whatnot, and not have to deal with the headache of gasoline and the exhaust from the generator. The next would be skateboarding. For years, I went the generator and lights route to film at night, and again, because of the noise, not that skateboarding is very quiet, but you could have something like this with you, and this could run your lights that you need for skating. Kind of wish I had something like this when I was 16. And the last one I'll point out is if you're someone like me who has a small shop and you're constantly tripping the breaker, I've been able to use this power station to run my dust collection system so that I don't have a table saw and my dust collection system on one circuit. This allows me to run both of them without tripping the breaker, which has been kind of nice. So hopefully this was able to answer some of your questions. I know this wasn't the most scientific review, but I kind of wanted to just give my real world thoughts and opinions about this option for an electrical system in a camper van. I am slowly converting my own van in between builds for other people, and I fully intend to run my van off of this specific Jackery unit. So if you're interested to see how I implement it, shameless plug, consider subscribing. And if I did miss anything that you're interested about, or if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment or shoot me an email. I'll put the contact info below. But I think that's going to wrap up this video. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.